Sit up nice and tall and turn your palms to face up today. Bring your thumbs and index fingers to touch and close your eyes. Take a long, deep breath in through your nose and exhale out through your mouth like you're blowing out a birthday candle. So it's a bit of an exaggerated exhale. And try that again. Take a big breath in through your nose. And then exhale like you're blowing out a birthday candle. You might even make a wish this time. Do that one more time. Take a big breath in. And make one more wish as you blow out through your mouth. Good. And then just sit with that for about a minute here, noticing how your body is feeling. So, really scanning from head to toe today, checking in on any physical discomforts or aches, witnessing any mental blockages. And using the breath like it's a little bit of an ointment. So when you inhale, you can imagine you're sending that ointment in through the nose and tapping it or pressing it onto the parts of your body that might feel tender or uneasy. So if you have pain in your shoulders or your back, can you visualize your breath coming in and then landing there like a little bit of arnica oil or gel? Good. And then blink open your eyes, bring your hands together, and just start to brush your palms together really, really fast. Brush your palms together really, really, really fast until you start to feel some heat between your hands. Close your eyes and separate your hands just an inch away from one another, letting them hover in front of each other. And see if you can feel energy or prana, chi, maybe just sensation. Maybe that's the best word, just sensation between your hands. Little tingles, heat. And now think about a place on your body that needs healing and take those hands, place those energized hands onto that spot on your body. Take another deep breath in through your nose. And exhale out through your mouth. Good. Lower your hands down alongside your body. Inhale, spread your fingers wide. Reach them up and lean back ever so slightly. Press your palms together. Exhale, lower your hands to your heart. Again, keep your fingers really active. Inhale, scoop your arms up. Spread your fingers really wide. Look up. Think about extending through your back. Exhale, take your hands to your heart. Last time, right there. Inhale, stretch your arms overhead. Look to the sky. And exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Take your right hand back behind you. Push your fingers into the floor. Lift your left arm up. Lean back here. And then change your mind and take your left hand to the outside of your right knee. Find rotation in your spine. Look behind you. Inhale. Exhale, deepen your little twist. Inhale, reach both arms up, up, up. Exhale, rotate in the other direction. Take your left hand behind you. Find the back bend. Stretch up through your right palm. And then cross your right palm over the outside of that left leg and rotate to peer behind you. Good. It's like a corkscrew in your body. Inhale, or reach both arms up. And on this exhale, just bend into your elbows. And inhale, reach your arms back up. Let's try that a few more times. So as you bend into your elbows, think about tilting your palms back and then reach your arms up. Again, but this time as you do it, engage your core. So there's less of that splaying forward action through your ribs. Just lifting and then bending. For 3 and 2. A last one. Can you take your hands and place your hands right in the like the nook of your armpits and start to flap your wings like an eagle, like a bird, like a chicken. Just keep flapping your wings here.
Like a raccoon.
Like a raccoon. There you go. I don't miss my raccoons, my pet raccoons. So keep flapping your wings. And here's the thing with this little action. It's silly and it's strange, but we're going to do it for about a minute longer. And you'll begin to feel winded and tired and frustrated, probably. But the essence of today's class is inspired by Mr. Eagle up overhead, or Miss Eagle. And so we'll do lots of flight-related movement. Keep flapping. Maybe you can flap a little bit harder, a little bit faster. And make sure you're not holding your breath. Good. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2. On 1, turn your palms to face up. Thumbs and index fingers come to touch. Take a deep breath in. Open your mouth wide like you're blowing out birthday candles. Good. And then open your wings even wider. This time your wings open out to the sides. Zip your fingers together. Zip your fingers together so all 4 fingers are touching. And start to make tiny circles with both arms. A lot of these movements come from the Kundalini tradition, which is really, really energy focused. So the intention is to wake up energy in your body while adding this muscular work that can trigger reaction really quickly. Make your circles a little bit bigger. You got it. Keep growing your circles. If you start to lose sensation in your hands, just bend and open your palms. And then turn your circles around in the opposite direction. Make sure you're breathing. If you get too hot, you breathe out through your mouth. Make your circles smaller and smaller. And palms turn to face up on your thighs. Thumbs and index fingers come to touch. Take a breath in and take a breath. Good. Let's turn our body down onto all fours. So climb down onto all fours. And just take a moment there on all fours to find a nice neutral spine. And then drop your belly down. Let your shoulders pierce back. Open your heart and your chest up. Look up. As you exhale, puff between your shoulder blades, round into your upper back, and look right to your belly. Cat, cow, undulations, just moving your spine in and out a few times here. Come back to a neutral spine. Stabilize with your right knee and your left hand. Kick your left leg back and stretch your right arm forward. So another bird-inspired pose. This is called bird dog. You'll start to fly, but this time your flight mechanism or engine comes by tapping your elbow to your knee, using the breath to rev up that engine. And just keep going. So again, like flapping your arms in that little chicken dance, I'll invite you today to push yourself through repetitive movements and see if we can work through some of the natural reactions in your brain to want to just stop the moment it gets tricky. Good. Keep pulsing and pushing. Try not to stress or worry about when the end is coming. It will come. Breathing and pulsing for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Place both palms down, separate your knees wide, sink back into child's pose. Take a breath in. Exhale there. Good. Walk both hands over towards the right. Push the earth away. Sink down through both sit bones. Feel that side body open. And then crawl back through center. Take your side stretch to the other side. Other side, big side body stretch. Push the floor away. And come back through center. Pull your body back up onto all fours for that same bird dog dance on the opposite side. Extend your right leg, stretch your left arm. And you know what to do here. You're pulsing or revving up the engine. In and out. That knee and elbow don't have to touch. But the action, the intention is to extend and compress. And we're doing these movements a little bit faster than usual today, really challenging balance and stability. Notice if you're collapsing in that right arm, pull up and through the right armpit. Engage your core. Keep working through this for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop your hands and drop your knees. Could you, from here, drop your belly, roll your shoulders back, lift your heart and chest, look up. So a very, very familiar shape. But on the exhale, puff between your shoulder blades, tuck your tailbone under. So you're getting rid of your bum here. And then push your hands into the floor, press your hips back to your heels, pause, look forward, swing your shoulders back and crawl forward, back into that cow spine. Spinal flossing. Puff between your shoulder blades, let your head hang heavy. Push your hips back towards your heels. And then drop your belly down towards your thighs, roll your shoulders back, look forward, and slink your body forward into your cow spine. Try that one more time. And if you can't quite find the movement, just move your spine in a way that feels therapeutic here. Working through tension in the erector spinae. When you're all done, just go ahead and sit back onto your heels. Sit back onto your heels. Knees are nice and wide. Good. Place your left hand down on the floor. Stretch your right arm up and over towards the left, rooting down through both sit bones. Find a side body stretch. And then lean your weight forward. Imagine a little water droplets sprinkling off your fingers. So weave that right arm all the way around. Place your right hand down on the ground and stretch your left arm up alongside your left ear. Both sit bones are rooted. Try that again. Drag your body forward. Stretch over to the other side. Last time, it's this draping action. Right arm comes across as your left arm lifts. Good. Place both hands back down on the floor in front of you. Come up onto your knees and then slowly extend your body into your downward facing dog. You can take a big breath in through your nose. Exhale here, soften. Think about externally rotating your upper arms. As you start to bend and extend opposite legs, pushing your heels into the earth, your head is hanging heavy. Maybe shake your head yes or no. Good, and then come forward into a high plank. Come forward into a high plank. Pause here, puff between your shoulder blades, look forward, and really strengthen through your core. So your core is strong. Now slowly bend into your elbows. Go way slower than you want to and come all the way down onto your belly. All the way down onto your belly. Take your arms. Maybe I'll turn forward so you can see me here. Take your arms and reach your arms out in front. So we'll do that bird dog shape, but in a different relationship to gravity. So now we're on our bellies. Reach your arms forward, palms face one another. And now can you lift your right arm and your left leg? Lower those down. Lift your left arm and your right leg. Good. Keep alternating side to side here. And you might keep your head lifted. You could keep your head lower. You could lift and lower your head with every action. That might get a bit dizzying though. And see if you can lift your arm and your leg a titch higher each time you come up. Now you're working that back line of musculature, so all the way up your calves, your hamstrings, your glutes, your spine, and even the scalenes in your neck. Good. Try one more of those on each side. And then pause, take a breath in, down on the floor. And as you exhale, lift it all up. And start to do what feels like a jumping jack or a snow angel, but on your belly. Good. Opening and closing your body here. You'll feel your pubic bone as your root, so it's serving like your feet do normally. Your heart and chest are lifted. 4, 5, 4. Muscles in your back. Work the muscles in your lats. 2 and 1. Lower your hands under your head. Place your head onto your hands. Bend into your knees. And just flop your legs from side to side. Good. Place your hands onto the floor. Push yourself up and back. Find your downward facing dog. And stay there. Stay in your downward facing dog. Take 5 deep breaths. Your downward dog can always look more like child's pose. Good. And from downward facing dog, after that 5th exhale has come down and out through your mouth, look forward and carefully step your right foot between your hands. Scissor your thighs together. Take both arms out alongside your body. So you're creating this really neat angle where your arms line up with your torso, lines up with your back thigh. That right leg is in a 90-degree bend. Hold here and breathe. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2. On 1, can you lean forward on your right foot? Take your left leg up. Keep your arms alongside your body and find warrior 3. Drop your left hip down, but lift your left heel up. Engage your core. If you feel strong, you might take your arms forward, but no pressure. Breathe here for 5, 4, 3, 2. On 1, step to the top of your yoga mat. Reach both arms up overhead. Look up. That's the inhale. And exhale, fold all the way down towards the floor. Inhale, lift up your heart to a halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step into a high plank pose. Hold here. Find some of that core strength you know you have. Engage your core, puff between your shoulder blades. And now slowly bend into your elbows to come all the way onto your belly. But this time, keep your hands where they are. Come onto the tops of your feet, push down through your palms, roll your shoulders back, and find baby cobra. So your elbows are still bent here. Lower back down. 2 more repetitions here. 1 more pulsation, both up and down. And now flex into your feet. Push yourself up and back, downward facing dog. So think about strong, stable movements as you step your left foot between your hands. Scissor your inner thighs together. Make sure that left hip isn't jerking out to the side. Really anchor or harness it in. Press into your left foot and reach your arms back behind you. Create that angle, that one long angle with your body and then the 90-degree angle with your front knee. You got it. Breathing here, 4, 5. Keep bending deeper into that front knee. If this feels too easy, 3. Good, 2. Get ready to take flight. Push off your back leg. Lift that back leg up. Turn your toes to face down. Keep lifting the heel up. Lining the torso up with the floor. Good. How's your breath? And then slowly step to the top of your yoga mat. Take one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart. Close your eyes and just feel what you feel here. Now open your hands out to the side and make fists with your hands. Bend into your fists and rock them side to side. Good, maybe you go into full circles. And shake your wrists. Perfect. So we'll play with a little balancing pose here. An arm balancing pose. You don't have to come into this shape, but I'll guide you through lots of stops that you can get off. Let's start with a Malasana squat pose. So separate your feet about hip distance apart. Toes are angled 45 degrees out to either side. Your heels can be lifted or down on the ground, and bring your hands to heart center. This is your first stop. So you could get off here and spend the next few minutes in this shape. Right? Second stop is to place your hands on the floor. Place your hands on the floor about hip distance apart and then lift your bum up. Lift your bum up. Start to tuck your knees towards your armpits as you think about those chaturanga arms. So a 90-degree angle. There's another angle in your arms. And then lean forward. This is your second stop. So your knees are resting on your upper arms, maybe in your armpits. Your gaze is forward. There's this puffing between your shoulder blades. Maybe you stay here and work on breath, especially if you're navigating wrist issues. The third stop would be to play with lifting one toe, maybe one foot. And then, of course, the fourth stop is Bakasana, crow pose. Aligned with our Buddhist theme here, you can lift up both toes. Take a few moments to be and to breathe, explore the shape without judging yourself for how far you go. And when you've played enough here, would you come back down into a child's pose, which again is a really similar shape to the one you just did. And take 5 breaths to rest. Take 5 breaths to rest. Slowly place your hands out in front and make your way back up to a downward facing dog. Make your way back up to a downward facing dog. Just bend and extend one leg and then the next. Shake your head yes or no. Look forward and step your right foot between your hands. Step your right foot between your hands just like you did before. Push down through the ball of your left foot. Scissor your hips, so your right hip will pull back. And this time, take your arms all the way up towards the sky. Drop into that front knee. Pull your inner thighs up and back. Could you lift your heart up, reach your arms back like you're passing a beach ball to someone behind you as you inhale. And as you exhale, keep your arms up overhead. See if you could find warrior 3 again. Lift your left leg up. Arms are extended out in front. You're going to take this on a little journey. So find lots of strength in your right ankle. Bend into your right knee. Bring it forward. Bend your knee right in towards your chest. Stand tall. Good. And then take your left ankle, across your right thigh. Bring your hands to your heart and sit down by any amount. So you're in what looks like thread the needle, but standing. You could get off here and stay here, or sink your hips lower and walk your hands towards the floor. Breathing into that left hip, stabilizing through your right foot. Can you slowly lift back up, up, up? Place your left foot down and come to stand. Close your eyes. Big breath comes in. And exhale. Good. I just noticed as we were doing that, I almost fell over. A little hummingbird was right outside my window. Who knows we're doing a bird-themed yoga class. From the top of your mat, inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. Exhale, pull all the way down. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, plant your palms, step back into plank pose. This time lower all the way down to your tummy. Take your hands outside your yoga mat, push into your fingertips. 3 pulsations with your spine, up and down. Up and down. Arms can straighten all the way out here. One more time, up and down. Brilliant. Plant your palms, push up and back, downward facing dog. Reset. Look forward, step your left foot between your hands. Think about scissoring those thighs together. And now take your arms all the way up. So you're in this high, strong warrior lunge with that big 90-degree bend in your front knee. I can hear, and maybe you can hear too, a walkie-talkie that my children were playing with going off. But it belongs to the fishermen who run this lodge. And I have no idea where it is. So we'll have background walkie-talkie for a few moments. But it gets too loud, I'll find it and turn it off. Bend into your left knee, lift up your right leg, and reach your arms forward, forward, forward. Reach your arms forward, hold here, pause here, breathe here for 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1, bend into that front knee, bring your right leg, your actual right leg forward, pull it all the way up, and then place your right ankle on your left thigh. Hands come to your heart, and you're in this standing thread the needle. Big right hip work. Maybe you take your hands down to the floor. That makes the hip work even deeper. Breathing there for 3, 2, and 1. Carefully, even gracefully if you dare, come all the way out. Take that right foot down. Place one hand at your heart, one hand at your belly. Close your eyes and just pause. Yeah, pause here and breathe here. Come back to your intention. Good. So let's build a little perch for our bird to stand on. We can imagine that we're a tree here, creating a little branch. First, bend into your left knee. I'm standing, bend into your left knee. And maybe this is enough and you take your right hand or your left hand to the outside of that left leg. Or you can take your peace and love fingers and catch onto your big toe. Meanwhile, your gaze is totally set on something still. The opposite arm is on your hip. And then you get to decide what your branch looks like. So you might extend it right out in front. You might extend your left leg directly out in front. It might stay quite bent and jaggedy. You might extend your branch out to the side. You could even add another branch by stretching out your right arm. And then you can change the angle of those branches until you find the perfect perch for your hummingbird or your blue jay or your eagle. Good. Breathing, stay with the balance. And now the toughest part is to pull it all back through center. Pull your hand and your leg back through center and rewind the shape completely. Take your hand down, take your foot down, close your eyes, and catch your breath. Let's try that on the other side. Bend into your right knee, stabilizing through your left foot. You're either catching the outside of that leg or taking your hand through the inside of the leg to wrap your peace fingers around the big toe. This could be your branch, a perfect little owl perch, or maybe you stretch that leg forward. It might go out to the side. The opposite arm might accompany it, creating this stacking of branches in your tree. And now it's just you and your breath for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pull it through center really slow and release it back down. Good. Then just take your hands onto your hips and do a little saucy figure 8 move. So draw the number 8 with your hips in one direction and then take it in the other direction. Good. One more standing balance pose today. Of course, it's eagle pose. In case there wasn't enough foreshadowing, bend into your knees or reach your arms up alongside your ears. Take a big breath in. Now exhale, sink your hips even deeper. Rise up onto your right toes and then cross your right leg over your left leg. Your toes can touch the floor or wrap around your back leg. And take your right arm up under your left arm. Either give yourself a hug, bring your hands together, or take the backs of your palms together. Now you might decide to curl your eagle in. Your hands would be its beak. Good, breathing here. Squeeze everything into the center like your body's a ketchup bottle and there's just a little bit of sauce left inside. You need to squeeze to get that sauce out. Breathing for 5, 4, make sure you're sinking deep in that left knee. 2, on 1, can you pull your body up and out? Unwrap, unwind, reach your arms up, inhale. Exhale your hands to your heart, close your eyes, catch your breath here, stable, steady stance. Good, last side, bend into your knees, reach your arms up. Root down through the sole of your right foot as you lift your left toes up, cross them over your right leg, and find that little wrapping. This time your left arm comes under your right arm. Either give yourself a hug, take the fronts or the backs of your hands together. Squeeze into the center line of your body like there's a magnetic strip forcing everything in. Either stay here or hinge forward. Now you're just breath. You're perched on the top of a great big Sitka tree, an eagle watching over the world. Steady and meditative constantly. For 3, 2. On 1, you take your body out of the shape, plant your feet, reach your arms up, inhale. Exhale your hands to your heart. Close your eyes. Breathe. Good. Make your way all the way down to sit. Make your way all the way down to sit. And when you sit, can you go ahead and close your eyes? I'm going to plug in my phone here. Go ahead and close your eyes. Take your hands onto your thighs and just start to roll your torso around in a circle. This is called a Sufi roll. If you did prenatal yoga, this would have been a really familiar movement. And take your roll around the other direction. Let your head and neck release. Your whole body gets really into it here. Good. And then come back up through center. Use your hands to lean back and take your legs out nice and wide. So you can bring them close or separate them really wide. And the work here is to come right down towards the earth, stretching out your inner groin. You can peel your sit bones away from the floor on your way down if that helps. And you might rest your head completely on the floor. You might keep it upright. 5 breaths here. Good. Inhale, lift your heart and chest up. Take your right foot and plug your right foot into your inner left thigh. And now take your right fingers towards your right big toe and stretch your left arm up and over. So you're getting this big side body stretch. Think about looking under your left armpit, drawing length through those left ribs, and releasing or relaxing through your right elbow and your right shoulder. I'll find that walkie-talkie if you can hear that. I'm sorry. Lift yourself back up. Take your left hand back behind you. Reach your right arm up. And now lift your whole pelvis up. Lift your whole pelvis up. Reach your right arm up alongside your ear. Push into your right foot. Take a breath in. And exhale. Release. Good. Let's try that on the other side. Plug your right foot into your left thigh. Extend your left leg. Take your peace fingers around your left big toe and reach your right arm up and over. What an amazing stretch for the side of your body. Maybe you peer under your right armpit. Can you breathe into your side ribs, making even more space? Good. And then reach your right arm up as you come out. Take your right arm out behind you. Lift your left arm up. Lift your whole pelvis up. You're pressing through that right knee and that left foot. Like a ballerina moving through dance here. Inhale. And exhale. Unwrap the shape. Good. Bring, the soles of your feet together. Soles of your feet together. Lift your heart and chest up. And then fold forward. Bring your hands to your feet and start to flap your knees. Start to flap your knees like a butterfly. And keep flapping them just like you did your arms. Still integrating this idea of flight and movement. Keep flapping your knees. And now you can go ahead and rest them. Push your elbows into your shins, your thighs. See if you can come a little deeper and let your head dangle here. So you're now stretching the back of your neck along your scalenes. Brilliant. Lift your head up. Take your peace and love fingers, wrap them around your big toes. Lean back, sinking your weight onto the base of your body. Reach your feet up. Another variation of flight here. You might open your legs really wide or hug them in really close. You could flirt with taking one hand or maybe both hands away from your feet. Wherever you go, you're here, breathing for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently draw your feet back through center. Sit up nice and tall. Take your hands to face up on your thighs. Close your eyes. Just feel all of that as you breathe. As you remember your intention or your wish, maybe you make a new one. And at your own timeline here, go ahead and lie down onto your back. Go ahead and lie down onto your back. And when you get here, you hug your knees in towards your chest and just rock from side to side. You place your left foot flat on the floor, lengthen your right leg up, and take your hands, interlace them behind your right leg. Just start to twirl your ankle around. And twirl it around in the other direction. And then draw your toes in towards your body and point them forward. And now hug that leg in towards your chest. You could either hold the back of the thigh or maybe catch the outside edge of your foot. The left leg, meanwhile, can stay bent or extended. This is half happy baby pose. And however you might get there, I like to scoop my left arm under my armpit, catch the outside edge of my right foot. Can you come into a spinal twist, driving that right leg across your body? You'll open your right arm wide and peer over your right shoulder. Good. Bring your right leg back through center and just stretch it out beside your left leg. Feel the distinctions between two sides. And then squeeze your left knee in towards your chest. Your right leg can be bent or extended now. Strap your fingers behind your left thigh. Reach that left leg up and start to move your ankle. Big circles in one direction and then the next. And point and extend, point and flex your toes. You can even try to scrunch up your toes, like squish your toes towards the ball of your foot or spread them really wide. Just really inviting some mobility into your foot. Good, and then bend that knee in towards your chest and take the outside edge of your foot with your hand, maybe take the back of your thigh. Your bottom leg, your right leg can extend or stay bent here. And then from full happy baby pose, you could extend both legs. Oh no, we forgot to do our twist. So we're take that left leg across your body first. Look over your left shoulder. Find a few breaths right here. Now you can come back through center and flatten your body down on the floor. Turn your palms to face up and make this like a really big shavasana. So open your arms wide out to the side. Open your feet wide out to the side. Close your eyes. And as you start to flatten your body down onto the floor, give yourself permission to let go of any need to move or wiggle and trust that I will pull you back out of this pose in just a few minutes. Ever so slowly, you'll start to wake up from your practice, and that might mean little movements in your fingers and your toes first, a rocking of your head from side to side. And then you can stretch your arms up overhead and stretch your toes out long, reaching your body with a big inhale, letting the exhale flatten you back down onto the mat. Now squeeze your knees into your chest. Hold yourself here for a moment, like a mother's warm hug, before you roll over onto the right side of your body. Press the earth away to come all the way up into a cross legged seat. And when you arrive in your seat, could you start to brush your palms together again? As you're brushing your palms together, a few deep breaths, pull in and drop out through your nose. As you're pressing your palms together, you start to scan the body from head to toe, considering places that might feel achy or tender, and they may have changed or stayed the same. Brush your hands even quicker so the heat starts to brew right between your palms. And then patiently separate your hands just a little distance apart, and hover them here, noticing any sensation. Sometimes I tell my students just to make believe you can feel the energy between your hands, and that could be enough. And as that chi starts to pour into your palms, place them somewhere on your body that needs healing energy or healing intention. Breathe there. And slide your hands back to your heart center. Bow your head into your hands and thank yourself for carving out this time and space to be in your body and your breath.